What's going on, everybody? Brandon here, back with another action figure review. Very exciting. In front of us, the all-new Spin Master figures for Batman Ninja Strike. All of the Superman hype is over, I guess, or all the toys are out, even though the movie's not out yet. But we got these figures dropping on Amazon. 12-inch figures. There's also 6-inch figures. Very excited to dive into these and see what the new assortment brings us. Here's our standard 12-inch figures. We have Batman and Joker in their new ninja attire. These guys were $12 on Amazon, $11.99. They look fantastic. I'm sure they'll be at retail. Right now it looks like it's only these two figures in the 12-inch scale that they've released. Better look at the box art for the Joker. Very interesting with the sword. Does look really cool on the side. There's not a lot going on there. That's okay. On the back side, we can see there he is. There's Batman also available. Sorry for the weird autofocus. And then there is the UPC. So if you need to search for this guy in store, you can have him scan that. And that should be pretty helpful. I'm interested to see what will be at retail, if anything. We did not get any of the last batch of Spin Master stuff at retail. I don't think any of the, gosh, what was it called? I'm already blanking. Metal Force. There it is. Yeah, there's the UPC for Batman if you need it. I got a feeling that these standard 12-inch figures will be there. Hopefully Ninja Force will be around for a little while. Ninja Strike. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of the old Kenner Ninja Force. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Ninja Night Force? I can't remember. Night Force Ninjas, that's what it's called. Kenner. They put out that line in the 90s, and they were like 6-inch figures too. I would love to do a comparison between those two lines later at some point. That would be really cool. And here's a look at our deluxe figure, Night Flare Batman. He's also a 12-inch figure. He was $20. He looks really cool. And interestingly enough, he's not like ninja themed at all. He's just like a cool looking Batman figure. So that's cool and something I'm always happy to have. So very nice touch from Spin Master. I think this guy looks great. Looks like he has 24 sounds. Pretty odd, interesting. We'll dive further into those sounds, of course. This box art I am really, really liking. It's like a new 52 rendition. No, I'm sorry. It's a rebirth rendition of like that classic running pose that Batman had in the Hush comics. The one that Jim Lee drew. He's like running on the cover with Nightwing behind him. So that is really cool. 24 sounds, Night Flare, Batman. There's no accessories with this guy at all. Speaks English only. So I haven't heard this guy say one phrase, but maybe it's there. We'll press the bat emblem 24 times at some point, and we'll see if he actually says anything. I've just heard a bunch of random sounds, and some of them I've detected from like previous toys. Spin Master figures. So this will be very interesting. Let's get these guys out of the packaging and take a closer look. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, we got our figures out of the packaging. They all look really cool. Let's dive on in for a closer look. Starting off with our Ninja Strike Joker. Here he is. He looks fantastic. Definitely in some very interestingly striking ninja attire. He will for sure stand out on your shelf among all your Jokers. Mine, I had a little bit of trouble getting him to stand, but once I did, it looks like he's doing pretty well. All in all, a really, really cool looking 12-inch figure with some like basic paint work and some nice sculpting that goes a really long way. Overall, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. Taking a better look up close, here is the Joker. He's got a man bun thing going on back here. The thing that clips his hair together is also green, though. There's no differentiation in color. So that is interesting. But most of the paint apps are actually pretty good, especially in the chest armor with a flower. That is really cool. I am not super familiar with like the Ninja Strike stuff. There's been two animations. The latest one is the Yakuza League. The other one was just Batman Ninja, I think. The first one I saw, the second one I haven't seen. It looks like they did skip out back here. But overall, I mean, for a $12 figure, so we've gone up in price by $2. Still very nice quality, very cool design. An overall figure I'm really happy to have. He's got nice soft shoulder pads, like soft rubbery shoulder pads. So keep that in mind, I guess, if you're going to pose the figure. If you'll leave his arm like that, like the shoulder pad might get like stuck outward like that, warped, and then you're kind of stuck with. It's the Iron Man 3 problem. Those figures that Marvel Legends did had the same issue. They had like soft shoulder pads that were just attached like that with no real articulation, and they could totally mess up the figure. But overall, like I said, he does look really cool. So if you're a 12-inch figure collector or a Batman collector or a Joker collector, you're going to need this guy. He's got standard articulation in his head, side to side. He can't really look up and down. His arms come out pretty far. Again, mind the shoulder pad. They go forward and they go back. There's a bend and a twist at the elbow. It is definitely hindered by these purple gauntlets, so can't twist too much. And then he does have articulation in the wrist, also hindered by that gauntlet at the top of the wrist. You can kind of see what's going on there. So it is definitely like hindering that articulation. He's got nothing in the waist. His legs come out pretty far. Same thing with the shoulder pads. We've got these things here on his sides that are also soft, rubbery material. But again, like you could totally warp the figure if you left it like that. So definitely be careful. Legs go forward about that far, and they don't go back really at all. And there's a ratchet bend at the knee. And that's it. Very cool figure overall. Very happy to have him. I wish we had like a sword. That would be cool. But overall, really cool figure. Very nice. Next, here's a look at our new 12-inch Ninja Strike Batman on the round table. He looks really cool. Even though he's a ninja figure, he kind of gives me a lot of Arkham vibes, like from the Arkham video game. So very, very interesting. Overall, though, he does look really cool. I'm really digging this design a lot. All right, here's a better look at our Ninja Strike Batman. He looks so cool. Like I said, I am really, really liking this design for Batman. Definitely the chest plate reminds me a lot of the Arkham games. The mask does too, a little bit. So very, very interesting. The belt definitely makes me think about like Ninja Batman. The pants are definitely like samurai pants. But overall, it does look really cool. On the backside, I thought this was super cool. He's got spikes coming out of the back of his boots. How cool is that? I really dig that a lot. And then on the backside, we can see they committed all the way through with that belt. And it's just all black, difference between like shiny and then like texturized, like here and here and here. So it does look really, really good overall. I will say, though, he does suffer from the same things as the Joker in the soft, rubbery material here. So I wish we didn't get that. And his articulation is pretty hindered as well. So let's take a look at that. He really can't move his head very much at all, left and right. Or maybe he can. Maybe this is just tight. I don't want to break mine. That would not be good. But yeah, so I guess he can kind of look left and right just a little bit. His shoulder pads are also that soft, rubbery material. The arms go out about that far. They do go forward and back. There's a bend and twist at the elbow. The gauntlets are super cool. The gauntlets definitely remind me of the Arkham video games a lot. So that is really, really interesting. And unfortunately, there's like zero wrist articulation. I don't know if they're sculpted in there and they like are one piece. I don't think so. I think these gauntlets are just like too overbearing on both sides of the wrist, so we get no wrist articulation at all. Nothing in the waist. Legs come out pretty far, even though there's this like rubbery thing here going on both legs, and they go forward and they don't really go back, and there's that ratchet bend at the knee, so that is nice. I wish he had a sword. I wish we had some different options. Hopefully some more Ninja Strike Batmans to come. Overall, though, I gotta say I really, really do like this guy. I think he looks so cool. I think kids are going to love him, and collectors are really going to enjoy him. And here's a look at our Night Flare Batman. This guy looks sick. I really, really love this design a lot. Somebody at Spin Master had to have just been like, for no reason at all, can we please make a cool looking Batman? And somebody finally said yes. He doesn't have to fit in with any motif or anything like Bat Tech or Ninja Force or Metal Force. This is just a cool looking Batman. Taking a better look at Night Flare Batman. So here he is. His mask kind of reminds me of a 6-inch Batman that Spin Master did a while ago. I know that's not it, and it had goggles, but or a visor, but this just kind of makes me think about that. The ears you can see there on the side. And overall, it does look really, really good. You can see the detailing here around his neck. It kind of like looks like mesh. And then we see the armor on his chest, and that looks really, really cool. We can see his gauntlets with the spikes, and there's like this yellow kind of motif, night flare. So maybe he's got some kind of like firepower. His hands are both fists, which is not something we really see often for Batman figures, because he's always got to hold an accessory of some kind. But this Batman comes with no accessories. The continued detailing of the like armor metal and then like the mesh type material is really cool. There's the knees, looks really cool. Definitely like a Rebirth style with the knee or shoulder knee pads, yeah. And then we got the same thing down here, although it's not painted. I imagine it should be. So very interesting. Overall, though, I gotta say I really, really like the presentation of this guy. It's a nice, soft cloth goods cape, and there's really like I mean, nothing else you could do with that. The backside, how cool is that? Look at that bat emblem on the back of his chest. That is so cool. The belt is not painted, it's just all one color, and that's okay. There's the rest of the backside of the figure, and all in all, it looks really good. We've got 3 options here. We've got off, we've got on for noises, and we've got on for phrases. Yes, this Batman talks. So the switch is flipped up all the way to the top to 0. That's when Batman is off, and he makes no sounds. And then if we go 1 click down, that was like the sound of the Batcave that I'm used to with that transforming Batmobile. I think that's the Aqua sub sound from the Aquaman movie. The Black Manta sub, my bad. That's the Flash for sure. That's also a Flash sound. Comes from the movie Flash 12-inch figure with lights and sounds. Oh, that's also the Flash. I think that is as well. Can't tell, but I think that's also the Flash. Maybe Black Adam. I don't recognize that. I'm not sure I recognize that either. Okay, and that's it. So now we go back here, and then we flip it all the way down to the bottom.
In the deepest shadows, the faintest light can guide the way. Criminals thrive on the city's fear, but their time is running out. I am justice. I'm bringing Gotham City's darkness to an end. I am Gotham City's guardian. I am the night. I am the silent guardian of Gotham City. Gotham City's enemies cannot hide from my gaze. Beware, the shadows are mine. Tonight, this darkness ends. I stand alone, but I carry the light for all of Gotham City. I'm lighting Gotham's darkest corners. I am Batman. In the deepest shadows, the faintest light can guide the way. Criminals thrive on the city's fear, but their time is running out.
I think that's it.
I am justice.
Yep.
I'm bringing Gotham City's darkness to an end.
I think that's it.
I am Gotham City's guardian.
Yep. Yeah, that's about it. Very, very cool sounds and phrases for Batman. That was really cool. Honestly, a really cool Batman voice, and the familiarity is there, like between Kevin Conroy and Batman the Animated Series and Kevin Porter from Bat in the Sun. I thought, like, man, that was really close to both in some instances, depending on what he said, what the phrase was. For articulation, Batman can look up and down just a little bit. He can look side to side. His arms come out pretty good. Kind of like, I don't want to say hindered by this shoulder pad, but they could probably go up a little bit further if not for that, but that's okay. Bend and twist at the elbow, full 360 in the wrist, nothing in the waist.
I am the Knight.
Yes.
I am the silent guardian of Gotham City.
Yes, Batman, we know. His legs can go back pretty good. They go forward pretty good. They go out. And then there's that ratchet bend at the knee, and that's it for Batman. Dude, this guy is sick, and I'm so excited and happy to have just a cool looking Batman on my shelf. So happy with this one. Kids are going to love it. Collectors, this is a great piece to add. Customizers, there's a lot of work that can be done here. Overall, a really cool looking figure. All right, for a Batman comparison, here he is with a couple of others. We got our new Ninja one and our new Night Flare one here with the original Batman, and then a couple of them that are from Future State. The original release with the short sleeves, and the one that was the European release with the Batmobile on the far right. These guys look great together. Next, here's another Batman comparison with some more like Future State, Dark Detective style Batmans. They all look really good with our new Batmans. Side by side, these are going to look great on your shelf. And next with some movie Batmans, here they are together. We got the Robert Pattinson Batman, the Christian Bale Batman, and the Michael Keaton Batman, all by Spin Master. These guys look phenomenal together. And here's a comparison with the most recent Metal Force 12-inch figures. Very interesting to see these guys side by side. I don't think they fit in together at all, but if you're looking at some evolution of Batman by Spin Master, this is an interesting one for sure. Next, for his Joker comparison, here he is with some of his previous counterparts. Regular Joker, the more recent Deluxe Joker, and one of the most recent is the 85th anniversary Heath Ledger Joker. All by Spin Master. These guys look really cool together. And for another comparison, here's our Ninja Strike Joker with a couple of Harley Quinns. The original release, and then the latest release, and then there's our Holiday Joker right there as well. So if you're a Joker collector or a Batman Rogues collector, you're definitely going to need the new Joker. And for one more comparison, just so you can kind of see how they fit in overall, the Spin Master Green Lantern, the new Spin Master movie Superman, comic book Nightwing, and comic book Red Hood. They all fit in great with our new figures side by side. So whoever you got in your roster or lineup, I think will fit in very nicely with these figures. Of course, the Ninja figures stand out a little bit, and they're supposed to. That's their goal, is to be different, look different. But overall, they look really good together. Alright, you guys, that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Night Flare Batman, $20 on Amazon, and Ninja Strike Batman and Joker, both $12 on Amazon. Really cool figures, you guys. I'm excited to see what else we get from this line. As far as 12-inch figures go, I know about these three, and then there's supposed to be a 12-inch Batman in all black with a remote-controlled motorcycle, so that will be cool. And I don't know of any others at this point. And then for the 6-inch line, there's a bunch. There's regular figures with accessories. There's figures with an action feature when you squeeze the legs. So we'll take a look at some of those soon on the channel too. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below if you're going to pick up or pass on these, what you're finding online and in your local areas. I'd love to hear from you. As always, you guys, the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, all support on the channel has been absolutely phenomenal. So thank you each and every one of you for the continued support. As I find more new cool and awesome stuff, I'll be sure to bring it to you right here. Once again, I'm Brandon. Thanks for watching.